Hey everybody, Julie here from Mostly Caffeinated. This is just a little bit of an intro for my for my capsule shoe wardrobe that I'm about to show you in some phone clips. I wanted to film this because it has taken me a long time to come around to this type of shoe lifestyle. I used to be one of those people who had shoes and shoes and shoes and shoes, just dozens of pair of shoes, and I was convinced I wore them all because they each kind of went with a different outfit or a different style of clothing. And this was kind of true of my clothing too. I needed certain pieces to go with certain other pieces, and it was just amassing. So I whittled down my wardrobe first, and that was easier, but whittling down my shoes took a lot more time, effort, and money. I used to thrift all of my shoes, and I've still got about half of my shoe collection is thrifted, but I have had to invest. And that hasn't really bothered me because I'm into like buying less, buying better types of situations. So as you'll see in my shoe collection, I have a lot of good quality brands of shoes. And those are about half and half thrifted and half not. I didn't talk about it much throughout the video, but let me just keep a quick count. My moccasins are thrifted. I paid precious little for my church sandals, you'll see those, and $1 for my flip-flops. And then I've got 2 thrifted pair of boots. So 5 of my pairs of shoes you're about to see are thrifted. And the rest I have purchased. Now, not all full price. You're going to see that I own UGG slippers, and those I bought on Poshmark for about 75% of what I would have paid in a store. I use coupons or cashback or whatever on places like Zappos to buy a lot of my shoes because they have free returns and free shipping. So if I need to finagle with the size a little bit, I can. But what I've done is I've whittled it down to these pair of shoes that serve all my purposes. I have nice enough shoes to wear to things like church, and also kind of rough and tough. They're going to wear a long time, so I can wear my same shoes day to day. I do have a few pairs that are not shown here because they're kind of part of my formal wear, part of the extra part of my wardrobe that I don't delve into much. I have a few pair of heels that I do wear to things like weddings or high holidays, Easter, that type of thing. And also a few pair that I have back in reserve that were shoes I wore when I was a working professional. I was a full-time teacher up until 2 years ago, and I intend to go back when my children are old enough to be in school. And I've hung on to some shoes that I wore exclusively for that. They're not the type of thing that I wear day to day right now because of my current profession being kind of messier, more manual labor type of thing. But I will wear them when I go back to the classroom. They were very comfortable. I wore them frequently. They were tried and true shoes for my professional lifestyle. So there's that. But anyway, on to the shoes.
My kids are napping. So here we go. These are all my kind of spring and summer shoes. I got 1 pair of Minnetonka moccasins and a pair of red Toms. These are both kind of the classic, nothing fancy going on versions. These I believe are Route 66. I got them from a Kmart that was going out of business years ago. This black part is kind of like jelly sandal material. I wear those to death. These are my church shoes in the summer because they look a little bit nicer than the rest of my shoes, unless I really, really, really need a heel for some reason. I do have a few pairs of heels, but those are kind of special occasion, so I consider those like my formal wear. They're not really part of my capsule anyway. So that's what I wear for church. These are my Birkenstocks. They're the Arizona, the classic 2-strap. Because I knew what size I wore in Arizonas, and I wasn't completely sure in another style. But if I need to replace those ever, or if I feel the need to own another pair of Birkenstocks, I would get a different style because now I know. I do really like my Arizonas. They're the, what do they call them, oiled leather or whatever. It's kind of a matte, but it's not a suede. And then these are just Old Navy flip-flops from back when they were $1. I wear those in the shower when I need to, like at a campground or when I'm at camp or in a situation like that. And I got a brown pair because they look decent enough that I could wear them elsewhere if I needed to wear flip-flops somewhere else. Like if it's hardcore raining or something in the summer, I'll wear those because they're the only waterproof shoes I have. Most of the time I wear my Birkenstocks, but if you have ever owned a pair of Birkenstocks, you know what happens. If you get them wet, they start to kind of stink like feet. So I try really hard not to get those wet. So if it rains in the summer, I wear these. So 5 pairs of shoes for spring and summer. Kind of every day when it's cooler, church, all the time once it's more than 70 degrees, and if it's wet or I'm in the shower. Alright, and then we've got my fall and winter boots. Starting up top here, these are some Rockport Cobb Hill booties. They have a little bit of a heel on them. Some Merona wedges. These are just from Goodwill, but originally from Target. More of a tan. My tall riding boots are brown with a little bit of red in the back. I really like these, but I believe they are also Merona from Target, so they're going to die eventually. And down here, I've got my Kamik rain boots made in Canada and my Sorel snow boots. I should maybe turn these a little bit. These Meronas are wedges. They look a lot like the desert wedges from Tom's. I really like them. I just know they're going to fail me. They're glued together, man-made materials. And these are my newest investment. Rockport Cobb Hill. I believe they're called the Aria booty, maybe. They've got just little hints of brown, which I really like. And these are a heel, not a wedge. So comfortable because they're Rockports. So this is what I keep. I've decided I don't need tall black boots. I've always had tall black boots. I may need them again when I go back to work a couple years from now. But for now, these will serve me well because I wanted something I could wear to church. So in the winter to church, these are the 2 boots I wear. And then kind of every day I wear these. Or these. If it's raining or really sloppy out, I'll wear these, or I wear those to work in the garden. My video about multi-use clothing items, I could put an iCard, I guess, would include those. And then I have one more pair of footwear that is on my feet. There we go. These are Uggs, Alinas, Ugg Alinas. I did size down quite a bit if you think of buying Ugg Alinas. These are the ones where it's kind of like a boot style, and if you wanted to, you could fold this over. It's faux shearling on the inside. So those are my slippers. I wear those inside all the time. I do not wear my actual shoes inside. I take them off as soon as I come home. But I put on slippers because, as you can see, I've got ceramic tile here, and that's very slippery to just wear socks. And it's too cold to go barefoot. Again, ceramic tile. So there's my fall winter shoes. Church, everyday, special weather situations.
You guys just saw my shoe collection and my slippers on my feet and my messy entryway and all that stuff. So I hope that was kind of informative about the types of things that you could undertake to have fewer shoes if you're the kind of person that has a lot. Now I know some people are very, very minimal. Some people can get away with like 2 pair of shoes. My problem with that runs into a few things. First of all, I just like shoes. Secondly, I live in the Midwest in the United States, so we have all 4 seasons very distinctly. And we've got rain, snow, ice, heat, like we've got it all. And I find it hard to believe that with less than 4 pair of shoes I could deal with that. I would at the very least need some kind of waterproof boot, something to wear to church, something to wear in the extreme heat, and something to wear like just day to day that I could wreck if I needed to. So I'd need at least 4 pair of shoes, I think, for my current lifestyle. And my chosen hot weather sandals don't work in water. And I don't like to wear rubber flip-flops outside of water situations because I don't like them. So, you know, it ends up being what it is. But I'm content with this number of pair of shoes. It's plenty. I feel like almost all of those will last a very, very long time and I will not need to replace them. I'm so grateful for that. And they're all comfortable. They all go with everything in my capsule wardrobe because, as you've seen, they're all neutrals except for a couple pops of red. pops of red. I clearly enjoy me a good pop of red. So there's that. Let me know down below if you've worn any of these and you like them, or if you have any awesome riding boots that you can recommend that are kind of a long-term investment, because those brown riding boots are going to die probably in the next year, and I will be sad to see them go, but I do really enjoy them, that style particularly. So let me know if you've got recommendations for that. Tell me down below in the comments. I will try to pop up whatever iCard is that I promised while I was recording those shoe clips. This is my life. But anyway, hit like, subscribe, do that little bell for the notifications if you want to be notified of any of my new content. Check out the blog. I usually put that, I think, in this corner. There's a link to my blog somewhere on the end screen. Check that out. I've moved to a new domain recently. I bought my own domain name. It's very exciting. It looks all pretty and nice and shiny and new. So check that out. You can check out my Facebook page, my Pinterest, my Poshmark. If you want to buy anything that is not in my capsule wardrobe, it's in there in my closet. Instagram, all those places. And I'll see you around.